It's mailbag time here on the 49ers Report by Chat Sports. I am your host, Chase Sr. Today's show would not be made possible without our friends at Magic Spoon. This is cereal that's tasty, it's also very healthy, and they use quality ingredients. And the best news is you can get $5 off your purchase by using that link at the bottom of your screen. That's magicspoon.com/49ers Report. And this is a money-back guarantee. So if you don't like the cereal, you can send it back and they will give you your money back, but I guarantee you will like it because all of the flavors, straight up delicious. We kick off this mailbag with this $2 super chat coming in from Tommy Huxley. He gives me a compliment. He simply says, Chase is the GOAT. Well, Tommy, for the $2 super chat, for you contributing to everything we do here on the 49ers Report, because let's be honest, nobody does what we do here on the 49ers Report, I will say you are the GOAT, my man. We have another $2 super chat from Michael Correa. $1, one drink, $2, two drinks. Say no more. Back-to-back $2 super chats. I will take a sip of beer. Make it two. Trace Gerard, one of our new employees, letting me know. He's keeping me in check. $5 super chat from Go for Broke. 49ers with the extended season, it might be better to bring someone like Richard Sherman in later in the year, fresh legs when we need it. There has been some recent reporting, we're recording this during our live show on Tuesday, about the Niners' interest still in Richard Sherman. Basically, what that report indicates from David Lombardi and The Athletic is this. There have been ongoing conversations between the organization and Richard Sherman. After Jason Verrett went down with that torn ACL in Sunday's win against the Lions, Kyle Shanahan had said, hey, we've been in contact with Sherm. We like the possibility of him coming back. But David Lombardi of The Athletic reporting that kind of what the plan is as of now, you have Dre Kirkpatrick, you have Josh Norman. If another injury happens, maybe you sign Richard Sherman. This is kind of a worst case scenario, or you wait until later in the year for Richard Sherman to get his feet underneath him, allow him to get back in football shape. He played at a Pro Bowl level 2 years ago, back in 2019, helping lead the Niners to the Super Bowl. I think he's capable of still some solid football, and I'd like to see the Niners bring him back, but let's see how the secondary fares with the additions of Dre Kirkpatrick as well as Josh Norman. Maybe you don't need to bring back a player like Richard Sherman, but if they continue to get gashed in the pass game, maybe you resort to bringing Sherman back. Another question coming in from Chris Peacock. Should the 49ers trade Brandon Aiyuk for a top-tier cornerback? Now, a lot of people are discussing this on social media, and there's a reason they're talking about it on social media, because sometimes social media can be a cesspool. They're discussing a Brandon Aiyuk trade because they think that Brandon Aiyuk is in the doghouse. Now, Kyle Shanahan kind of addressed this on Monday with reporters saying, look, Brandon Aiyuk didn't play that many snaps and was not targeted on Sunday for a couple of reasons. One, still coming back from his hamstring injury. Two, Trent Sherfield has earned the right to play ahead of Brandon Aiyuk. That was coming straight from the source in Kyle Shanahan. Do I think right now the 49ers should trade Brandon Aiyuk for a top-tier cornerback? No. I believe in Aiyuk. I think that he's a very solid player. He led this team in receptions last year as a rookie. And as a rookie in limited action, he still almost had 100 targets. This is a guy who has a ton of ability. But Matt Mailbag of NBC Sports Bay Area is saying this, that Brandon Aiyuk still learning to be a pro. Does that mean that Aiyuk is immature? Does that mean that he's not taking his craft seriously? If that's the case, of course you have some concerns. But as of right now, I'm keeping Aiyuk because I'm a believer in his ability, and I think he has a lot of potential. Do you think that Brandon Aiyuk is in the doghouse? From the reporting from Matt Mailbag of NBC Sports Bay Area and the verbiage that Kyle Shanahan had used. Type Y for yes, type N for no. Be sure to get those votes in the comment section down below. Robert Slavin, another $2 super chat. Dee Ford, 2 sacks next week. He had one against the Lions, and he looked really good. 5 quarterback pressures. That's really good news for Dee Ford, and great news for this defensive line and defensive coordinator DeMeco Ryans because of this. If the Niners continue to suffer injuries, and issues, I should say, in the secondary, they're somewhat thin at the back end. they can mask some of those issues and some of those flaws if they're able to continue to generate consistent pressure on the quarterback. Because if they get pressure on the quarterback and opposing quarterbacks don't have time to throw, doesn't really matter what the back end is doing. So I think this Niners defensive line runs 8 to 10 guys deep, and if you have Dee Ford playing at his all-pro caliber level, man, this Niners defensive front could be scary. I'll also take a sip of beer because of that $2 super chat, my man. Puff Puff Screen Pass. What a name. Now that Josh Gordon is allowed to play, should the 49ers sign him? So, again, recording this during our live show on Tuesday, Josh Gordon and his agent have basically recommended to the league that he be reinstated. The next step is for Roger Goodell to reinstate him. Once that happens, Josh Gordon will be a free agent, and he'll be free to sign with any team. I thought with the Seattle Seahawks, of course, he's been in and out of that organization because of those continuous problems. He was really just okay. I don't think I'd take a chance on Josh Gordon. I think that ship has sailed. It's unfortunate because at Baylor with the Cleveland Browns, this dude was a stud. He looked like a physically imposing beast. Unfortunately, though, he's had to deal with his own internal issues and battles, and I feel bad for him because of that. But at the end of the day, this is a business. And if I'm running a business, I want to be able to count on my employees. And I haven't been able to count on Josh Gordon to be available for my business. So I understand he has some dynamic ability. There's some name power there. I'm not taking a chance on Josh Gordon unless this wide receiving core gets ravaged by injuries. Now, for a $50 super chat, myself and producer Jeremy said, we'll try some mac and cheese flavored ice cream. That sounds disgusting. You know what doesn't sound disgusting? Magic Spoon cereal. And I can report it is factual that it is delicious because I've been eating Magic Spoon for a long time now, and I've been able to reintroduce cereal into my diet. You can too, and get $5 off your purchase if you go to magicspoon.com/49ers report. Per serving, you get under 200 calories per bowl, 0 grams of sugar, 4 grams of net carbs, and 13 grams of protein. Let me ask you this. Which other brand of cereal allows you to get 13 grams of protein per serving so that you can get jacked like me? No brands of cereal are doing what Magic Spoon is doing. So try it out. It is simply magical, and you get $5 off using that link at the bottom of your screen. And if you don't like it, you get your money back. That link is in the description as well as the comment section of this video. We move ahead in this mailbag with this question from my dude, WetNoodle187. Hey Chase, just want to say I agree with you on those fantasy football people putting down Raheem Mostert. In case you missed it, during our Raheem Mostert breaking news video earlier, I just had to body everybody who was just disrespectful toward Raheem Mostert and his wife on social media because they were all butthurt about their fantasy football teams and Raheem Mostert suffering an injury, threatening him, saying that he's an awful person for suffering an injury because it impacts their fantasy team. For all of those losers doing that, that you are what you are. You're a loser. So if you get all hurt about your fantasy team because a player gets injured, you think they can control their injury issues? Of course they can't. So, man, get out of here with all that fake noise. Make sure you subscribe to the 49ers Report because I can pivot from bodying people to dropping some knowledge on your San Francisco 49ers. We're getting closer and closer to 40,000 subscribers. Be part of the faithful family. If you want the best 49ers coverage right here on YouTube, smash that red subscribe button down below or go to youtube.com/49ers TV. Niner faithful with this question. Chase, what are your thoughts on the Niners possibly trading for Cameron Dantzler and bringing Richard Sherman back? So Cameron Dantzler, former third-round pick of the Minnesota Vikings, went to Mississippi State. He was drafted in the third round out of Mississippi State by Minnesota last year. And in training camp last year, he was one of their top cornerbacks and played decent last year as a rookie. But he's kind of fallen out of favor in Minnesota. He was a healthy scratch for their Week 1 game against the Cincinnati Bengals. And if you looked at that Vikings secondary, I thought they really could have used him. He was bad in the back half of the year last year, even though he was a Pro Football Writers of Association all rookie team member last year, but didn't play well at the end of last year. And if he's a surprise cut and didn't play well in training camp, that goes to show you his development, there's been a problem there. So with that, I do want to ask you this question. Who would you rather have, Richard Sherman or Cameron Dantzler? Now, that question from Niner Faithful, I'd rather go Richard Sherman because I know what I'm getting, but can you bring in Richard Sherman as well as Cameron Dantzler and bring in both? I'd kind of be for that because then you have a developmental prospect with some upside and pedigree because he's a former third-round pick, but also you also get Richard Sherman who, as we know, he's headed for Canton and he's going to be rocking that gold jacket.